What's up, everyone? This is your boy, young African American male, giving you a thumbs up for a sign of approval here, with another zany, ridiculous, Dead Rising challenge video here. And this time, we'll be playing the best sequel slash DLC ever, the iconic Dead Rising 2, but off the record. Yeah, with Frank West. In this video, doing something entirely different. A weapon that does absolutely no damage at all. The foam hands. I must attempt to complete all cases. Vehicles are permitted, and aim for the best possible ending. And I mean vehicles are permitted, I am permitting transport items as well. Also, I would like to shout out to the 100 new subscribers that popped out of nowhere, because the last video just blew the hell up, and I really appreciate that. Appreciate the comments, I appreciate everything. Thank you guys for watching and staying tuned, and enjoy this two-parter actually. So first off, as usual, Dead Rising always starts off with an obligatory zombie swarm and a photo shoot, which ends with us fighting Don Cheadle. Yeah, he looks like fucking War Machine. I've always thought that, even as a kid. I don't know why. It's fucking weird. Anyways, I get my ass fucking kicked here. Like, these guys are not even concerned that they're beating the fucking shit out of Frank West, a famous photojournalist who exposed, like, government secrets. Like, they're beating this man up with no mercy. Holy shit. Now, we're kicking the shit out of Don Cheadle here because he ain't gonna be the next Iron Man movie. Holy shit, you saw that fucking sidestep and that parry? These guys are no joke here, like, fuck. I had to basically cave their freaking goddamn heads in with a pipe. That's so... Frank just did... He should be charged for 3 counts of homicide right here. That's just crazy. Right here is the best part here, where you run through the chaos of an impending zombie outbreak, apocalypse going on, and everyone's just fucking dying left and right. It's some crazy shit. And you gotta take some pictures too to go with it, because you're a photojournalist. You gotta be doing your job properly now. You gotta earn that sweet PP somehow. Yo, mad people are dying here. Even fucking Drake. Even the certified lover boy couldn't even handle a zombie apocalypse. Of course, he's too light-skinned to do that anyway. Back to the game. Frank West is not even surprised because he's stuck in another safe house security room anyway, and he has to go back and do some Frank West shit. Let's fucking go. Now, this was the most absolutely terrifying moment for me in this game. Fine zombies. This shit was so annoying. I honestly could do without the fine Zombrex bullshit, but I think it was a nice addition to the game either way. It gives you another sense of urgency. First things first is always gain as much PP as possible. You can run to this little craps table and roll a 7 by chance. It's pretty easy. Just gotta keep on throwing them back and forth, and you get like a PP boost. Now, my question is, how the fuck am I gonna find the first Zombrex? Because the first Zombrex is guarded by 4 looters, and boy, let me tell you, I am not expecting these foam hands to do some major damage. The Fortune City Arena is one of the few locations where you can find infinite supply of foam hands, along with a couple of gift shops and Uranus Sim. There's never a shortage of foam fingers everywhere. Now on to the first predicament and roadblock that I encountered so far, and that is the looters. The looters act like a sort of replacement for the raincoat cult in the original game, except they have more personality to them, and they actually serve purpose and grant you a store where you can purchase items. Now these guys have 10 times more of the amount than the average zombie health, so it's pretty tricky to without getting my ass beaten. The thing is that the foam hands used against regular enemies only has 10 uses, and that is a huge problem here. I've spent so much time fingering this guy in the face over and over again, just to get my fucking face caved in over and over. The average attack damage for the foam hands is about 0.5, and an average zombie has around 100 hit points. Therefore, it'll take about 200 hits with the foam hands to kill a zombie. Unfortunately, these guys won't die, and I have no time, so I must take shortcuts. And it's time for Frank West to Tony Hawk Pro Skater this shit. Racing through Fortune City with a limited time in hand, I must reach the safe house and save my game just in case I fuck up somehow. And I really fucked up in this run, and I'm not even counting this part of the video, to be honest. If you would like, you can skip 3 minutes ahead, exactly 9 minutes and 4 seconds to reach the legitimate section of this run. I did not want to use a skateboard like that at all, because I ended up getting a couple kills with it, and I did not like this first part of the run, and I'm sure I died multiple times anyway. The master plan for this run was to grab the 3 books that would allow the foam hands to be tripled. Tripled in what, you say? Tripled in durability. Unfortunately, not attack. The first location for our first magazine is at the Royal Flush Plaza, one of my favorite plazas in the whole game. This magazine is at Rags Mags, specifically at RR212 on the map, and this one is the Games Mag. Conveniently placed is the Sports Mag as well, which should double our durability for our foam hands. Our third and final magazine for our durability test is the Amusement Mag at the Yucatan Casino, conveniently located by the employees only sign in the kitchen. And much conveniently in a foam hand only run, you meet Bobby Hill and Snowflake the Tiger. I've learned much quickly that you must think outside the box to start defeating these bosses and stuff, because this shit is hard. Time for round 2, these damn looters. I think Frank burned a lot of calories running back and forth between the fucking Fortune City. Alright, here we go. And no dice. Frank is really going 0-2 with these guys. Understandably, he's fighting 4 dudes at once with a foam finger. I don't think any sane man will do this. And we're talking about Frank West here. And we ran out of time. I've seen this game over screen a lot of times because I could not meet the requirement for the first Zombrex. So now we have to think outside the box. There are several keys located around Fortune City, and most of these keys you could be found and accessed quite easily, and you can gain some Zombrex out of this. I am 100% sure that 2 of these safes carry Zombrex, thus filling my requirement for the need of Zombrex. On to our first escort mission. Woohoo! I've simply realized I can just build an army of survivors and just have them dish all the damage to everything in my way. Unfortunately, hordes of zombies is Gordon's weakness, and apparently not one is hobby. Then we're on to our next boss battle, Chuck Green. Even though this DLC standalone game isn't canon to the official Dead Rising lore, I like to think it is, and I think it was very clever the way they kind of kept us on your toes. Because like each boss battle was slightly different, with different dialogue and different situations and gameplay mechanics, and like it really kept you surprised. Even though it is the same game as last time, they've actually made a sequel to a sequel that built upon its sequel. You already know the deal with this foam hand is foam hands are weak as hell. So I devised a plan to recruit these two guys to be my slaves. These guys are supposed to be comedians, but the only thing funny about this is them kicking ass and then getting their ass kicked. Unfortunately, none survived this battle. I must find new cannon fodder. In classic Dead Rising fashion, I run to the gun store. Why does every mall conveniently have a gun store? That's very interesting. I'm guessing this is how Japanese people imagine us Americans. Anyway, the plan is to recruit some survivors and give them some shotguns. Unfortunately, my computer was not recording this whole boss altercation. I've managed to use one of my survivors wielding a shotgun to blast the shit out of fucking Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. I legit thought I recorded me recruiting Randolph, the art appreciation guy, and murdering this fucking dude, but my computer did not want to record for some reason and recorded that one bit of clip. And I really want to smash my computer into pieces. That's not the mature way. Instead of breaking my computer to pieces, I just told myself that I'm just gonna record and see where this goes. Alright, back to schedule. We have Randolph, the hipster, who looks like he needs to lay off the avocado toast. All the while, on the opposite spectrum, we have Sven, or Fen, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. Sven, whatever. I don't know the name of the moose from Frozen. We're just gonna call him the moose from Frozen from now on. Compared to Randolph, Randolph is a fat son of a bitch. He is weak and does not want to be aggressive at all. He likes to get caught between hordes, so I have to feed him chips a lot. I'll bring in my two cohorts with shotguns. I decided to do the scoop Luscious Lady so I can gain that precious PP points from escorting. For some reason, I prefer escorting the characters by picking them up. The holding hands mechanic is very finicky, and the survivors tend to die a lot when they're on their own. I can't even blame Randolph for this one because he was just getting fucked over by Chuck and the zombies. I quickly learned, well, slowly learned, that if you just aim and use the objective marker or the go over there button, the survivors tend to be less aggressive towards the zombies, or the zombies tend to be less aggressive to them, vice versa. Just a weird thing that I observed this whole playthrough. I decided to take the moose from Frozen to a journey of a lifetime to complete a sign of life, which should normally be extremely easy if you had very doable weapons, because it is just a photo op section and a section where you gotta mow down a bunch of dudes on a train. The only problem is that these dudes are fully armed and armored up to the T, and I only have my foam hands. This is no biggie for Frank West Superhero though. He's got this. And he's ready to catch a speeding train and truly cover some wars, you know. This man can run and jump. Pretty good for a 45-year-old. This did take 2 attempts to complete because of the complete usefulness of the foam hands. with a little luck and a little speed and a little bit of magic orange juices, it is possible to get through this section without killing anyone without other using the foam hands. I mean, the foam hands are pretty useless anyway, so you ain't killing shit with that. I was banking on the survivors to help me out, but they stay behind. You do get a special dialogue at the end of this train sequence, which is surprisingly I never seen before. Probably because I never attempted the Alpha versus Omega achievement. Fortunately, Sven did make it past the underground tunnels. He could not make it past Uranus Zone. Rest in peace. Which really sucked because I needed him for that free Zombrex. But to my own surprise and lack of knowledge, there was a Zombrex up above the safe house rooftop the whole time, along with a bunch of military gear. And I shall take the assault rifle just in case I find a survivor to pin it on. Now I remember why there was a difficulty spike and I kind of got frustrated at this game a while back. It's because most of these missions are switched up to keep you on your toes, like I said earlier, and this one requires you to have $1 million in your pocket. Now I know there's no money shortage in a city called Fortune City, but it does quite take a while to gain $1 million. As a bloody American, I like to take the capitalistic approach and use my imagination and determination and drive to gain $1 million. And that is to play a game of poker. High stakes poker. This is only the conceivable way I can think of making mad money in this game. And first off, you need to collect 3 gambling magazines, which will boost your increase in luck and earnings, I believe. I'm definitely going to need a lot more than luck because I have no clue how to play poker. I've never played poker in my life. Every time poker popped up in a video game, I kind of got angry because I'm not really, I don't know the fucking rules of poker. Every video game I played that had a poker minigame, and a poker minigame that was optional was cool. But a poker minigame where it wasn't optional and was part of the story or an objective that you had to get passed through, I kind of cried inside because all I know how to do is throw all my cards in and hope for the best. Frank West decides to go all in. He is very confident in his deck, but Jacob's deck is looking way crazier and one card can change his outcome. After giving Nevada the good old American goodbye, I decide to start all over again and actually defeat Jacob, which will grant you 1 million buckaroos. There's a fire at the Fortune City Arena. It looks like some people are trapped in one of the dressing rooms.
Oh, hell yes! Hey, beginner's luck!
Finally, I acquired the ultimate army. 3 Americans with shotguns. Experiment time. See if they can enter in the fray in this boss battle. Well, bad news, they can't, and I have to beat the shit out of the twins. Therefore, negating this whole foam hand only thing. Being that this is my own video, I decide that I make the rules whenever I want. So, bosses that require actual confrontation, it's gonna require confrontation. I kind of dig this playthrough though, because I am like pointing the big foam finger places, and it's like a real-time strategy game where my minions' moves can mean I can get killed or be killed by them, unfortunately. After that whole debacle, I couldn't think of any spots where I can find some freebies zombie wrecks. So I just bought one for 50,000 and choked it up. The next case don't start till after a while, so I take purpose into doing this side mission and just waiting around and trying to gamble my money away. We might as well enjoy the little time we got, cause we have to fight some nastier zombies in a boss battle. One of my favorite battles. The military that seems to have gotten their training online on Zoom and Call of Duty. They kind of look and sound and talk like LARPers. Before attacking the military guy, I decide to recruit more survivors in one of my favorite side quests. Save everyone from the psychopath male. Of course, everyone has to get the obligatory shotgun. Well, the shotguns are pretty useless because everyone nearly died on the way here. Now it's time for another mandatory boss fight, which was extremely difficult. It took me 4 attempts, and Juan had died at least 5 out of those attempts. He didn't make it through. Sergeant Boykin was really hard to fight without any weapons, and I had to use the foam hands to lure Juan into attacking him. The odd thing about these survivors is that they're not really aggressive towards other bosses. On to the next case. Good news is that we get to meet Sergeant Wu and Private Ross, whom I thought would be more useful since they have a military background and rifles. But of course, this is Dead Rising. Without a Dead Rising game, you can't have NPCs that don't follow your orders at all and decide to just die. I mean, just look at them stand there. They're supposed to be military guys, and they're just standing there doing nothing. No wonder they survived this onslaught. Now on to the final case, and just before that, we have to rescue everyone from the safe room. This is a very easy segment, and it's really going to test your keyboard punching skills. You'll see. My spacebar was not having it today. What's really annoying about this game is these gas zombies. They're really everywhere in large numbers. They sprint towards you, and you have these guys shooting at you on the way. And I can't really use weapons right now because foam hands only, quote. And fuck, this is fucking hard, man. Thank goodness for the massive amount of vehicles this game gives me, because I can just drive right past them. I did kill a bit in the cart, but gotta do. Real challenge is getting through these military guys without hitting them with a single weapon. Up ahead in the lab, you will have to fight 2 scientists. It's extremely mandatory to kill them. If not, you cannot complete this case at all. It only took me 2 attempts to reach here and kill them. It was just a matter of time, these military guys shooting me and filling me with lead. After this, you deal with the worst part of the game, and that's to save TK. In order to save TK, you need to have Zombrex in hand. You have to give it to him, and you have to give this poor, sorry sap shots. I really wish you could just kill him straight off the bat, right here, right now. Fuck this guy. This is where the game gets super annoying, and you have to do these side quests in order to reach the final boss. I needed to use a melee weapon this part, because might as well. You guys are pissing me off, and you had to destroy these machines within the time limit. In order to avoid direct confrontation and direct killing these guys, I decided to steal some rifles and fire at the machine from far away to give me some distance. Thankfully, Adam the Clown's brother has his fart vehicle that rides around. Again, I try avoiding killing zombies with this vehicle, but it's just so damn impossible to not to. Now I'm on the way to the final boss, the most annoying boss in the whole game. Literally, fight this giant machine. It's ridiculous. It's as ridiculous as Dead Rising is gonna get, and I don't know why they chose to have this type of boss battle in Dead Rising at all. There's legit 2 phases to this boss battle. It's quite annoying and it takes a while. I feel everything's perfect in this game besides this final part. And yes, I know I'm using other weapons other than foam hands, but foam hands aren't doing shit. They literally do no damage at all. On to my favorite mode, overtime mode, and the first step is to get painkillers.
Damn it!
Now, out of all things to destroy this run, it was the locked door. The locked door you need to unlock in the very beginning of the game. This was the first area where you get your first Zombrex, and you need to save the pharmacist because she has the key. And I didn't save the pharmacist early on. So that's it, my run. A locked door ruined my run. Great. This was a fun playthrough. It was frustrating at many times, but it was fun. I love this challenge, and I'm glad whoever recommended this. Ended this challenge with 443 zombies killed. Most of those kills was used with vehicles. 3 bosses were killed in this run, and it was fun. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and be sure to like, comment, share if you want, and subscribe, please. If you enjoyed this video, I enjoyed making this video, and I enjoyed doing this run. Dead Rising is one of my favorite series that Capcom ever made, next to Resident Evil. Doing this game and completing it without any other weapons or combo weapons was a tough challenge. I recommend doing it on your own. I recommend people even trying this on their own, and maybe they can get past overtime, unlike I did. I want to have a big thanks for all the subscribers that came through out of nowhere in that last Dead Rising video. I'm very proud of myself, and I'm very happy. I currently have many video ideas in the future. They're gonna come out slowly but surely. I'll make sure the content is up to T. I'm still experimenting on what to do and what to use in my content and what I say. I did drop a lot of F-bombs last video, but I don't give a fuck. Shout out to the amazing Dead Rising community, and shout out to an awesome YouTube community that pulled through and came out of nowhere. I say thank you a lot. I don't know why, but just thank you. It was really fun recording this, and I would like to say that making videos is a really fun thing to do. Stay tuned. As always, stay gold. Most importantly, have an awesome day or night, depending on what you're watching this. Thank you.